Hello everybody, welcome to Sports Source, your number one source of sports, and today we're going to be talking about Mike Hoffman getting traded to the Florida Panthers. So, if you didn't already know, Mike Hoffman just got traded as I'm recording this, so I just took my exam at school, came home, and bam, notification that Mike Hoffman has been traded, so I ran home as fast as I could, and I'm making this video. So it may not be the most organized and stuff like that, but whatever. I just want to talk about my initial reaction, not a lot of research, just my initial reaction. So, Florida gets Mike Hoffman on the 7th. That 7th doesn't really matter too much in the deal, just kind of sweeten it. Ottawa gets Mikkel Bodker, Bergman, and a 6th. Now, again, the 6th isn't too valuable. Mikkel Bodker, though, he's a good second, I'd say third. He's more of a second, third line right winger, or just a winger. I mean, he usually plays left wing. But last season, 37 points in 74 games. He's not bad on the third line. He's just a fast third line scoring winger. You got Julius Bergman, who I actually really like. He's 22, former second-round pick. Hasn't played in the NHL yet, but I feel like he could become a nice bottom D pairing next season for the Ottawa Senators. He is right-handed. He's 22, and he's from Sweden. So I like that return for Ottawa. They get a depth scoring piece who could help them right now. And also Bergman, which is not a bad trade at all. Then you got San Jose, who basically just got picks. A 5th of 2020, I'm pretty sure. A 2nd of 2019, a 4th, and another 5th. Now, I'm very confused on this trade because what's San Jose doing? I mean, when the first notification I got was Mike Hoffman, and I'm like, oh my god, the San Jose Sharks are really good now. They got a great offensive core. They could contend next year. And I see that they just flip them to Florida right away for a bunch of picks. What are they doing? Are they trying to rebuild? I think that they would have been fine with just Hoffman for Bodker and Bergman. But basically, they trade Bodker, Bergman, Mike Hoffman. San Jose is the loser of this. I don't know why they need these picks. It just doesn't really make sense for them. If you guys want to say anything in the comment section, let me know. But Cody Donnie, he's not really the greatest asset. I'm not trying to, insult the guy. He's an alright defenseman, 22. Hasn't even played a game in the minors yet. He could still do something. He could be a nice 7th defenseman. But, him and a bunch of picks, they had Mike Hoffman. All they had to do was keep him, and they would have had, think of this, Pavelski, if they re-sign Thornton, Couture, Pavelski, Hurdle, Hoffman, and maybe Timo Meier. That's a stacked offense core. And you also got Kevin LeBlanc and all these other guys. And then Burns on the back end. That would have been a nasty team. But instead they flip him to Florida, which I really like this move by Florida. In the expansion draft, they kind of screwed up. They kept Petrovic over Marchessault, which I knew was a horrible move at the time. They protected him, and then they made some other just questionable moves. They have Aaron Ekblad and Barkov, but, getting Mike Hoffman, a good winger, Huberdeau, Hoffman, Barkov. I mean, obviously, Huberdeau's a left winger. They're probably going to have, Barkov, Huberdeau, and Dadonov, but to have Trocheck, who's a really good center, underrated, got 75 points last year. Also having, their offensive core just got really good, and if they would have still had Marchessault, it would have been great. But I really like Mike Hoffman. Now, what does this mean for the Ottawa Senators? They enter full rebuild mode. Now, the Senators are one of my favorite teams. And Carlson, he's going to be gone. There was that whole scandal with Hoffman's girlfriend and Carlson's wife, which was just a big scandal. You don't really see a lot of stuff like that in hockey. It's kind of... I mean, Hoffman, it was a really low price for him, by the way. But... you get a great elite winger for they flipped him, and I don't know why the Senators would do that. You got Erik Karlsson in that situation; he's gonna be gone. But what does this mean for them? Who do they draft? I think they draft Adam Bogfist. If you've seen my mock draft, I think there's lots of things that's changed. I want to talk more about the draft. I know this is getting a little bit off topic, but this is just a discussion video. So, the Montreal Canadiens, there's been a report that they're probably going to draft a center. I don't think Jesperi Kotkaniemi is third overall worthy. I do not think that at all. I believe he's going to be a good player, but third overall worthy, I don't see it. And just to draft, like, in the draft, you usually take the best player available, but they're going positional need, and that's the worst positional need in the draft other than goalie. There's so many elite wingers, and, you know, the trade for Domi, does that mean anything? Not really, you know? So, and all in all, you know, I don't know why the San Jose Sharks flipped him for that low. I mean, they could have had a solid offensive core, and if they would have at least traded him for something, that would have been nice. But for a second, a fourth, and a fifth, the second isn't even this year either. That's a steal. That's a steal of a trade. Mike Hoffman's an amazing player. But Carlson's probably going to be gone. And then they're just going to blow up that team. How did the Senators get into this situation? Last year, they were in the Western Conference Finals. And now their team's basically going to be gone? That's just disappointing. That is one of the worst drop-offs, like, ever. Hoffman's a 60-point getter. Around a 30-goal scorer if you put him on the right team. Barkov's an elite playmaker. I kind of compare him to a Ryan Getzlaf because they still have that same playmaking, defensive, and physical ability. You know, but Hoffman's a great player. The Florida Panthers got a great return. And this is probably the start of a rebuild. Everyone's going to be gone. They announced that Zach Smith's probably going to be gone. They're just blowing up this team. But let me know what you guys think. Here's how I view it. Ottawa, their return wasn't great. You know, they traded Mike Hoffman for Bodker, a third-line scoring winger, Bergman, a top-6 defenseman, and a 6th-round pick. Not great. And you also got the San Jose Sharks, who I thought they were the winners of this deal. I thought that they were going to win this deal hands down. But then they flip him just like that? That doesn't fly with me. You know, that's not very good. And Hoffman, he's still 28. He's still a really good young scoring, well, not necessarily young, but he's in his prime. You know, he's a really good second-line winger. And, you know, he's making $5 million, which is fine, I guess. You know, he can even play center at times. You know, he's making $5 million. He's a really good player. And, you know, the Senators, this is just unleashing their rebuild mode. It's clear what's going to happen. Let me know what you guys think of the trade. I just want to make this really quick. I was going to upload a Max Domi trade, but it's a little bit too late now. I was going to upload it on the weekend, but then the Wi-Fi stopped working. But if you still want to see that video, I could upload it right now if you just comment that down below. Like the video for more NHL trade docs. This is going to be a crazy offseason. And I will see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.